Ceaser came for the woman he had already called a baby stealer. He would gain her trust, marry her, take his daughter, and leave. But Ivy reached for him, smiled, and called him Dada, before Jules ever knew who he really was. "I'm Ceaser, by the way," Ceaser said. "Ceaser Thomas." She gave him a smile and nodded. "It's nice meeting you." "Same," Ceaser said before he got into his car and drove off, his mind going ballistic. He had to see Jules Jenna for who she really was, and remember that she is the woman who had his daughter. The one he had already labeled a baby stealer in his head. The one whom all he wanted from was to get close to, gain her trust, get married to her, take his child, and leave. Jules pulled the door open and her breath caught when she saw who it was. "Are you done ogling me, Ms. Jenna?" Ceaser asked in his husky and very sexy voice. I was not." Jules' stutter snapped Ceaser out of his thoughts. "May I come in?" he asked, interrupting her. "Of course," she said, opening the door wider. He stepped in and walked towards the living room, making sure his arm brushed hers. "So, why?" "I'm here to apologize for the way I stormed out of here the other day," Ceaser said. "You do know you haven't let me complete a sentence," Jules pointed out, getting irritated. "I don't know if you're telepathic, or just arrogant that way." He looked taken aback. "Excuse me. You haven't let me complete a sentence since you walked through the doors." He had a hint of a smile playing on his lips. "Is your meal edible enough?" "The food, it was on when I walked in." "Oh. No, it's edible." "That's a shame. I'd have loved to take you out for dinner." Jules pushed away the excitement. "You do remember that I have a daughter, right?" As if on cue, Ivy's cry echoed through the house. Jules approached him with a smile. "This is Ivy." Ceaser's thin lips curved into a smile. "Ivy. That's a beautiful name." The bundle of joy in Jules' arms beamed up at him, before she reached out to him. "Dada." Jules froze and her gaze met Ceaser's surprised ones. "Ivy, no. Not Dada." Jules tried to tell Ivy. "I'm sorry. She's never called anyone that before." "It's alright. May I?" He asked Jules for permission to carry her. "Of course." "Hey, beautiful," Ceaser said as he picked Ivy from Jules' arms. "Dada," she said again, poking his face then giggling lightly. "Is it fine if she stays with you for a while?" "I need to warm up her food," Jules asked. "Yeah," he said, not wanting to sound too happy about being left alone with his daughter. He wanted to scream, "She's my daughter." Ivy placed a hand on Jules' face, then she pointed at Ceaser. "Dada." "No, Ivy." Jules shook her head. "Ceaser, not Dada." "Dada," Ivy said again, adamantly. "You want him to feed you?" Jules asked, looking at Ceaser. "Do you mind?" "She won't finish this unless you feed her." "It's fine," Ceaser said. He handed the bowl over to him, and Ceaser began to feed Ivy. "I should probably go," Ceaser finally said, breaking the silence, wanting to get the heck out of here before he did something he'd regret. One minute he was mad at her, the next he wanted to. What was it he wanted to do exactly? "Yeah, of course." Jules led the way to the door. "Good night, Jules," he said. "Good night," she said, shutting the door. The following day he had stayed in the office all morning thinking of what to do. Finally, lunch break came and Ceaser couldn't take any more of the distraction named Jules. He was out of his office, and pushing the button to her floor. Just then someone knocked on her door and she frowned. "Alice, I told you to go for lunch." "What about you?" she heard a sexy husky male voice ask. Ceaser smirked. "Like what you see, Ms. Jenna?" he asked as he shut her door, and proceeded to her desk. "What are you doing here?" Jules asked, surprised. "I came to see you," he said. "Why aren't you on your lunch break?" "I can't. I have to be done with these files before I leave today." "I would have loved to take you out," he said, leaning closer to her. Jules' breath caught at how close he was getting. "Why is that?" "I'll pick you up for dinner," Ceaser said with that voice of his that made her heart do a backflip. He opened the door, a smile on his face as he gave her a wink before he went out. "Dinner," he said when he arrived at her house that evening. I came by your office today to ask you to dinner. I'm sorry. I can't, she said sadly. Why not? Just because. I'm not going. Jules smirked. Sweetheart, I'll be here all night till you decide you're going to go to dinner with me. Jules sighed. Just to be sure, you do know I have a daughter, right? Look, it would be great to go to dinner with just you, but it'll also be much more fun if Ivy came along. Jules blinked at Ceaser. Of course. This will probably take long, so make yourself comfortable. Jules made her way to the door and opened it to Ceaser's gaze colliding with hers. Jules, you look incredible. Thank you. You clean up well. Is Ivy asleep? He asked. She's being put to bed at the moment, Jules said. I guess that means I wouldn't be able to see her. Some other time then. Of course. She said. Yay. Let's go. They walked hand in hand inside the massive mansion. So, are you going to tell me what event this is? She asked. It's a charity event. The invitation requested a +1 and you were the first one that came to my mind. Ceaser. Another voice interrupted him. Mum, Ceaser said when they approached them. My boy, I thought you weren't going to come. She said to Ceaser, then looked at Jules. This is Jules Jenna, my date. Ceaser said, Jules, these are my parents. Good evening, Mrs. Tom. Jules offered her hand. Oh, please call me Celine. She cut her short, and Ceaser let out a sigh. You can call me Eric. Ceaser's dad reached out to shake her hand. Never met any of this boy's woman after. Eric said. Dad, please. Ceaser said. It's true, Celine said. Always avoids dating women like the plague. He still has me wondering how he even got married in the first place. Married? Jules asked, looking at Ceaser. Married. He hasn't told you, has he? Celine asked, looking guilty. I'm afraid not. Jules shook her head. Well, I'm sorry for being the one whom you heard it from. He'll tell you when he's ready. Jules swallowed and cheered herself to Node, forcing a smile even though she felt hurt. The idea of Ceaser being married and not telling her hit her like a wave. So, what do you do? Celine struck up a conversation with her at the table. I'm in the legal affairs department in Thompson's Publishing, Jules said. It was rebranded on Monday. It was formerly Freddie & Co. What about your family? She asked. I have a daughter, Ivy. She's 1. And Ivy's adopted, so there's no father in the picture. What about your parents? My parents died in a plane crash. Oh. I'm so sorry, dear. You know Ceaser's never brought anyone to any of these things. He's been through a lot since his wife died. At least that's how it looks from my end. He shuts himself out from everyone. Jules glanced at Ceaser, who was in conversation with the man next to him. I'll try. Jules smiled. Ceaser didn't know what to do after his mom had mistakenly blurted out that he was married. Jules had tried her best to mask her emotions, but he saw it like it was displayed in broad daylight. She looked surprised for one and unsure. Ceaser watched as Jules chatted with his mom, but as much as he wanted to know what they were saying, his father's old friend wouldn't stop talking. Eric Thompson looked at his son's dilemma. He smiled a knowing smile. Son,